Welcome to another Cardano update. So today I want to start with the Bitcoin dominance chart because as you can see, we are almost at a new high for this cycle, if you go on the 1 hour chart, that is. So we are breaking to the upside. We are currently at 57.82% and the high for this cycle is at 57.96%. And why am I showing you this? Well, as you know, Bitcoin dominance is very important for the altcoin season, so please let me explain why this is important. I believe the Bitcoin dominance chart is close to topping, and I believe it will top at about 59% in this cycle. Now, why 59%? Well, that would be 2.36% away from this extension right here, which is the 0.618 extension. And why 2.36%? Well, in the previous cycle, as you can see, we went to similar levels. We almost got to the 0.618 level, and we were 2.32% away from it when we topped right here on the Bitcoin dominance chart. Now, of course, maybe we'll not do the exact same thing, and maybe we'll actually get to the 0.618 in this cycle. I don't know. But by the looks of it, I mean, it does look like we will get another pump very soon to like 59%, and I think that's going to be the end of the Bitcoin dominance rally. Then after we get that, I'm expecting a huge dump, which should look something like this over here, and maybe even like this over here. I mean, we've had this 2 times already, and both of these were altcoin seasons. Now the first one, I mean, nobody really talks about this because this only happened because of Ethereum and some other altcoins like Dogecoin. Not many altcoins were around at that time, so, you know, nobody really cares about what happened here. The most important altcoin season we had is actually this one right here, and many people actually got into crypto when this happened. So before all of this happened, nobody really cared about Bitcoin. I mean, when it topped right here, the Bitcoin dominance chart, when it topped, Bitcoin was like at 25 to 30K, so nobody was really talking about it. But after Bitcoin dominance started going down, this is when altcoins were doing a 5 to 10 to 25 to even 100x. And that made people interested in crypto, obviously. And, you know, this is when retail got into crypto as well. So I'm expecting something similar to happen again in this cycle. And, you know, by the way, this also happened, well, it started in a halving year and it ended in a pre-halving year. And right now we are in a halving year, and I'm expecting this dump to end in the pre-halving year. I'm sorry, the post-halving year I meant, which here was 2021 and here it will be 2025. And what does that mean for Bitcoin? Well, does that mean that Bitcoin will go to like 40K or 20K? Absolutely not. An altcoin season only happens when Bitcoin goes up. And why is that? Well, in order for the altcoins to go up, for example, in order for Cardano to actually go in that third wave move up, we need Bitcoin to get a huge pump. And usually an altcoin season only happens when the altcoins start outperforming Bitcoin. And in order for the altcoins to outperform Bitcoin, Bitcoin still needs to go up. I mean, it cannot go sideways, you know? Altcoins do not usually go up on their own. I mean, sure, there are a few examples, but it's not usual for that to happen. And altcoins need Bitcoin. I mean, why do you think altcoins did so bad when Bitcoin did this right here? Why do you think Bitcoin dominance is close to topping? It's because we pretty much went sideways on the Bitcoin chart, and that made the altcoins pretty much bleed against it for like 6 months. And that made the Bitcoin dominance chart go up. Now let me go on the Cardano chart because I want to talk about the 1 hour chart for a second. So we are still not doing anything. I mean, we have not really done anything since September 12th, and we are still going sideways. Now we are almost oversold on the 1 hour chart, which maybe means that we will get a huge breakout very soon. Now, I still believe we are in a 1-2 setup, and I'm not sure if the second wave move down is in. I mean, we do have an ABC structure, so it might be in, but, you know, we'll have to see what happens. Maybe this is an AB structure and we'll still get a C wave, but that would put us below the 0.786 level, and that would not be the best. And it will most likely mean that we will get another low in the main second wave right here. But maybe we will not do that. Maybe Bitcoin dominance will continue going up and Cardano will continue going sideways. Now, is that possible? Well, theoretically it is, because Cardano is not really a huge coin like Ethereum or maybe Solana. it does not have a huge market cap. What impacts the Bitcoin dominance chart right now the most is actually Solana, XRP, Ethereum, and Binance coin. So these coins impacted the most right now, not Cardano. Cardano is currently in top 11 or so, and it only has a market cap of like 11 billion. So Bitcoin dominance does not really react that much when Cardano goes down, And I thought that if Bitcoin dominance tops in September, it will mean that we will get another low on the Cardano chart. But maybe that's not the case. Maybe we'll just continue doing absolutely nothing for a few more weeks, and then we will actually start going to the upside. Now, I still want to see a third wave move up because we are still below the bull market support band, and we had a cross right here, and usually when we get a cross, we get a huge bounce a few weeks later, and this happened like 1 month ago, almost 1 month ago, like 3 weeks ago. So we should get a pump soon, and it would make sense because it would be a third wave of this 1-2 setup. And that third wave move needs to get above the bull market support band, obviously, but before that we also need to get above this trend line right here. As you can see, the price chart did react to that trend line multiple times. So if we want to prove that we can actually go up, we need to go above the trend line first, then the bull market support band, and then in the third wave move up, we need to get to at least 53 cents, which is the 200% expansion of the 1-2 setup right here. Then after that, I'm expecting a fourth wave move down, and then a fifth wave move up, and I don't know how high that fifth wave move up will go. I mean, it could go way higher than this, it could go to like $1 maybe, but even 80 cents is okay. I would like to see the fifth wave right here go way above the first wave high right here, but we'll have to see what happens. And after we get the fifth wave right here, that will complete this first wave move to the upside. Then of course we need a second wave move down. And then in the third wave move up, we could break all-time highs if we copy what we did in the previous cycle right here in the third wave move up. And by the way, this will be the third wave of this third wave right here. And I'm expecting this third wave to get to maybe like the 1.618 extension, because we did that in the previous cycle right here, and we also had a pandemic in the previous cycle, so now obviously we could go a bit lower. Maybe we'll only get to like the 100% extension of the previous all-time high in the third wave. Honestly, that would be fine, because after we get the fourth wave move down, the fifth wave could still get to like the 1.618, which is at $5.30. And I don't know if getting to the 2.618 is possible, I'm not sure. I do have a trend line right here which touches the previous two all-time highs, and if you look at it, I mean, the trend line touches the 2.618 levels, so maybe we'll get there only to touch the trend line for like a second. And also, if we do that, if we follow the trend line, so I'm expecting Cardano to top when Bitcoin tops, and that will most likely be in October of 2025. And if we top in October of 2025, I think we will get like $7.95 to touch the trend line, and then we will get a bear market. Now obviously that's a very bullish scenario, and we'll have to see if we actually hold support levels. So as long as we stay above 22 cents, everything is going to be okay. But if we get below 22 cents, it's not going to be that good, because it will invalidate the first wave move up, and maybe you could say that we did the same thing in the previous cycle. I mean, sure. Here we had a 1-2 setup, and then we tried going up, and we were not able to actually hold support levels. So, maybe this will happen again, but do not forget, this right here was a pandemic. Right now we do not have a pandemic, so from a technical analysis point of view, yes, I could see Cardano recovering after another bear market low, because we did it right here, but this was a special case, so it's very, very questionable. Also, if you look at the weekly RSI, we are currently going up, which is good, and we are above the yellow line, which is also good, but we have been above it 3 times. So if we want to prove that we can actually stay above it, we need to actually stay above it, and we need to close above it for like 3 or 4 weeks or so. And obviously we need a much bigger break to the upside to confirm that we have actually bottomed on the RSI and on the price chart. Now, if you go on the monthly chart, we are still below the yellow line, and we have been below it for a few months now, which, when I first covered this coin, I mean, I was not happy with this, but I guess it is okay, because by the looks of it, when we were right here in this one to set up in the previous cycle, it does look like we were also below the yellow line on the RSI. So I don't know, this is very questionable right now and we have to see what happens. But as you can see on the monthly chart, we are currently at an RSI of 44. So if we do go in a third wave and break the all-time high right here, I think that would barely put us at an RSI of like 70. Which is very, very bullish. And I don't know if we will manage to break these highs right here. I mean, here we went on RSI of 87, which is quite a lot. But if we do break these highs, I mean, that could put us at $5 to $8 easily. But anyways, that's all I have. If you enjoyed this video, check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of these charts. We also offer personal altcoin analysis to gold members. So if you want us to cover a specific altcoin for you, maybe check that out, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.